Hi guys, I thought today I would do a roundup of all of my best beauty products from 2012. I have a feeling that my video of this is going to be really long because I had such a hard time choosing my absolute favourites, so I kind of ended up with multiple products for each category, which kind of isn't the point of the video, but I just love all of them so much that I just thought, I'll include it anyway. So I've kind of broken it up into the usual categories, so kind of foundations, concealers, eyeshadows, bronzers, blushes, etc. So I will start with foundation, and I have two front runners for this, and they include the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a pretty expensive foundation, and to be honest, the only reason I bought it was because I'd heard about it on Viviana Does Makeup. I heard it on her channel. She was raving about it, saying that it's amazing for kind of nights out when there's going to be flash photography, because it just looks really, really good in pictures. It doesn't give you that ghosty white mask that a lot of foundations do. So I went and tried it at the counter and I really, really liked it. It's really light, which I didn't expect. It's not heavy on the skin, but it's got really good coverage. The only reason that this isn't my very favourite is because it's quite dewy looking, and sometimes I find it makes me look a little bit too shiny. So my alternative favourite, which I actually prefer slightly more to the Giorgio Armani one, is an Estee Lauder foundation. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I'm in the Intensity number 1. I believe that's the lightest shade they do, and I really like this. I've gone back to it recently just on a whim because I needed some makeup to stay on when I went to work, and I found that this foundation was heavy enough that it would cling to my face and stay on all day, but it wouldn't look too heavy on the skin. Since I've been wearing this a lot more on a regular basis, I keep getting loads and loads of compliments on my skin, just from, you know, family members, friends, strangers, and I think it might be this foundation. It just gives a really kind of perfect finish without looking too heavy, so that is definitely my kind of top foundation for 2012. So moving on to concealers, I again have two to show you, but they do different things, so I figured that was okay. The first one is this Clinique, what actually do they call this? I think it's one of their colour correcting ones anyway. The writing's rubbed off of mine. Basically a kind of salmon-y toned concealer, and I don't know what made me start trying this. I've had this in my collection for absolutely ages, and I never ever used it, and then I just randomly tried it the other day and I really like it just for under the eyes. It's the perfect tone correcting concealer because it's so light. It's almost like a kind of, when you blend it in, it's just nothing, but it just seems to cover any discoloration at all. It's great. I absolutely love it. And then on top of that, or also on blemishes, I've been using the Amazing Cosmetics concealer, which I again have had for absolutely ages. I have a tiny little tube and I still got tons of product left because this is such a high coverage concealer. It covers everything and you don't need to use a lot of it, and it just stays in place. It doesn't slip and slide, it just sticks. So I absolutely love it. So while we're on the topic of skin and kind of concealers, foundations, etc., I thought I'd feature my brush, which is the Real Techniques buffing brush. I know that these brushes have had a lot of kind of prize place in all of these videos. Everyone has just gone crazy for Real Techniques brushes. This is by far the best foundation brush I've ever used. Just blends the makeup into your skin. It just feels like velvet. It is just beautiful, and I will never ever use a different foundation brush again. Similarly, for my next product, which is a bronzer, I also have a Real Techniques brush to go with it. This is the contour brush, I think. This is just a little tiny brush, as you can see, perfect for contouring, but I use it for my bronzer in general, and I love it for my favourite bronzer, which is the Bronze Universal from Chanel. This I kind of had a love-hate relationship with. At first I bought it and was like really obsessed with it, but I didn't really know how to use it well, so it kind of stayed in my drawer for a while and I just kind of forgot about it and stopped using it. Then I started using it again kind of mid 2012, and I just love it, and I use it with this contour brush and it just works perfectly. It picks up just enough product and you can put it onto the skin. What I do find is when you first put this on, it can look very, very orange. Don't worry about that, it just is that kind of tone. But as soon as you buff it into the skin, and what I do also is I go back over it with my foundation brush, really buff it into the skin, and it just looks so natural, and it really does stay all day. And it's quickly become my absolute favourite bronzer. And I still use my powder bronzer sometimes over the top if I want more of a kind of, you know, subtle all over bronze and then a chiselled look in the cheekbone, which obviously my favourite powder bronzer is Hoola from Benefit. I've had this in my collection for ages. You guys are no stranger to Hoola bronzer. So yeah, they're just my two kind of go-to ones. My Chanel one is definitely more of an everyday kind of natural glow. As for eyeshadows, I have four to show you. But actually one of them is a trio, so I'm kind of cheating a lot on this one. The first two I think I discovered these very early on in 2012. Possibly just before summer, so quite early on. The first one being Phloof from MAC, which is a gorgeous kind of champagne, kind of oyster colour, very shimmery. It's absolutely gorgeous as a highlight. I used this along with Mulch, which is a gorgeous shimmery brownie bronze. I use those two together pretty much every day for like 4 or 5 months. I just absolutely love that combination. I have a tutorial using them. I actually probably have multiple tutorials, what am I saying, using these eyeshadows because they are beautiful. And then I kind of stopped using these just because I often get kind of eczema around my eyes or kind of reactions around my eyes, and I found that the shimmery eyeshadows were just not helping that to heal, so I kind of put these away and I haven't really gone back to them since. I often use Mulch kind of on nights out if I want just to kind of smoke out my eyeshadow. This is a really great one for that. My next eyeshadow also has featured in a lot of tutorials. It's Clinique's Cider, which I'm really worried because I have a feeling they've discontinued this and I absolutely love it. This is a kind of more recent discovery in the last few months, and I just wear it every single day. I just absolutely love it. I think the tone of it goes so nicely with my eye colour, and it's just so simple and easy to wear. It just gives you that kind of smoky eye look without actually having to put any effort in at all. So I really, really, really like this one. It is, I would say, a matte shadow, but it has tiny, tiny, tiny parts of glitter in, but not enough to make it shimmery looking. Yes, gorgeous. I will try and find out if that is actually discontinued or not, because I did try and find it once to link for a tutorial and I couldn't find it, so I'm kind of worried, but hopefully they haven't discontinued it. And so then my final eyeshadow, which is actually the trio, oh, my voice has gone all croaky, is the 17 eyeshadow trio in The Nude. Again, this is an absolutely gorgeous trio, so such a good one to have kind of in your makeup bag, because as it's a trio, it's pretty much a whole look in one. And I just love the colours. They're a little bit shimmery, but not too much, that you could also get away with wearing them in the day. I just think they're really, really nice, and they're the kind of colours that would just suit any eye colour. Moving on to brows, I only have one favourite for that. I'm not a big brow person. I literally just fill mine in with a powder, but mine has definitely been SleekMakeUp's Brow Kit. This is hugely similar to Benefit Browsings, which I also have, but I much, much, much prefer the SleekMakeUp one, just because I think I have the Sleek palette in the light version and I have the Browsings in the medium, and I find that the Browsings powder is a little bit too red toned for my brows. It just looks a bit funny on my face, whereas the Sleek one is a lot more ashy. So for blushes, I have actually two to talk about, but I can't find one of them, which is really annoying because it's a very big favourite of mine, but I have no idea where it's gone. But that one is the SleekMakeUp, I think it's their Blush by 3 palette. It's like 3 blushes in a little palette, and I have the colour think mine's called like Flame or something. It's got a kind of shimmery pinky peach colour, a really bright vivid red, and then a more kind of bronzy pink matte colour, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I've done a blog post on it, I think, so if I can I'll link that below, because then you'll get to kind of see what I'm talking about. But that is an absolute favourite of mine. I use that pretty much every day. But then also I have the Benefit Cha Cha Tint, which I think I got again kind of around summertime last year, and it's just beautiful. I love it on my skin tone. I think it just is a really flattering colour, which is weird because it's like a bright orange in the tube or in the pot, but it's really, really gorgeous. When you blend it in, it goes a bit more kind of pinky peach, and it's just beautiful. So absolutely love that, because it stays on for absolutely ages as well because it's a stain. That's what I've been wearing a lot recently. I have it on today and I absolutely love it. For mascaras, I have two. The first one being the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill mascara, which I was obsessed with for ages. My one's kind of drying up now, which is annoying, but I do love this. It just gives you those like amazing false lash look lashes. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And I also was convinced that that mascara was making my eyelashes in completely better condition. I felt like it was conditioning them, it was lengthening them, and just as I was using it, my lashes were just getting longer and longer and longer, and I'm pretty sure it was this mascara. And I did really love that one, and I wasn't looking to kind of try any others, but I did actually get given this one at a kind of work training day thing. I got given this with a couple of other products, and this was the Lancome Hypnose Star, which is their new release of the Hypnose range, and I just thought, oh okay, I'll try it, but I didn't think I'd like it. And I absolutely love it. I've been wearing it every single day since I got it, and again, I feel like it's making my eyelashes in better condition. I don't know if it's just mascara in general that does this to my lashes, but whenever I wear it regularly, my eyelashes just get longer and longer and just look in better condition. So I don't know if it's something that they're putting in mascaras or what, but I really like it. It gives you that kind of really dramatic lengthening, and it also volumizes, which I was skeptical about because the brush to me implies length, but it does both, which is really nice. And so now on to the final category, which I know, I'm sorry this video is so long, but this is the last category, I promise, and this is lips. So I have a bunch of lipsticks and glosses for you, because surprisingly I was very into lipsticks over the last year, which I never have been. I was always a lip gloss girl, but I definitely converted into lipsticks. So at the beginning of the year I was wearing, ooh, let me grab it, I forgot it. So at the beginning of the year I was wearing Rimmel's Nude Pink, which is 206, which is a kind of peachy pink, quite pale colour actually. I was absolutely obsessed with that colour. I wore it I think every single day for like 5 months. I just loved it so much, and it was a great one because I could wear it to college as well, and it didn't look too much. I felt like it almost looked better than wearing a lip gloss, because sometimes lip glosses can look, you know, like you're trying too hard or that you're too dressed up. So yeah, I absolutely love that one, and it just went with any kind of makeup look that you wore. So I was obsessed with that for ages, and then I slowly moved on to MAC's Ramblin Rose, which my one is completely destroyed because I had it in my handbag when we had a heat wave and it just completely melted, and then I didn't realise it had melted, and then I wound it up and tried to put it on and it just kind of cracked. So mine is a complete mess, but I absolutely love this colour. It's like the most perfect kind of corally orangey pink colour with gold shimmer. It's beautiful, especially in the summer when you're tanned. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. So I wore this literally every day for a couple of months. And then as I was going on holiday, I stopped at MAC in the airport and bought Bombshell, which is a colour that isn't necessarily one I usually go for because I don't tend to like the really pink colours, and this is pretty much like a Barbie pink. But what I found is I really liked layering Ramblin Rose and Bombshell. They look really good on top of each other. So that's what I was doing kind of summer 2012, and I continued that on until kind of autumn time. And then I also discovered another lipstick which I absolutely love, which is something I would never have picked out myself, but this is the L'Oreal Colour Riche lipstick in 116, and it's the colour that I have on today, and it's just pretty much a pure kind of bronzy gold. It is a beautiful nude, and I just love the colour of it. I just feel like it really complements my skin tone. I also get a lot of compliments on this one actually. I wore this one to work once and I had a lot of people asking me what it was. So this is definitely up there and one of the favourite lip products of 2012. I absolutely love it. The next product is a lip gloss, which will be no stranger to the channel because I have featured this a lot. This is my ultimate favourite lip gloss ever, and I've actually had this 3 times now because the first 2 times I lost both of them, and I was so distraught because it's my favourite lip gloss, and that looks like a monkey in the tree, and it's really expensive. It's like £18.50 or something for a lip gloss, which I would never ordinarily spend on a lip gloss, but I do love this one so much that I just kind of can justify it, because I feel like if I don't buy any other lip glosses I can have this one, but then I keep losing it, so this one is like under lock and key at the moment. But it is the Laura Mercier lip gloss in Sparkling. This originally was called something else, but they changed the name. I can't remember what it's called, but it doesn't matter anyway because they've changed the name. But yeah, this is just the most gorgeous kind of peachy pink lip gloss with tons of gold shimmer. Really flattering, and it looks great over any lip colour as well. Like I can put on a coloured lip, like maybe a pink or something, and put this over the top and it just looks gorgeous. Or I could put it over this kind of bronzy gold lip and it goes well as well. So I absolutely love it. So yes, I'm going to stop rambling about the lip gloss because you get it, but I like it. And then the final lip product is one that is again a kind of more recent discovery. This is the i-Pout in Very Cherry from New CID. I got sent this ages ago, like I think probably at the beginning of 2012, and I just saw it and I kind of really hated the colour, and I actually put it in a box of makeup that I was going to give away or throw away or whatever, and I just happened to go through that box maybe last month. I just decided to go through the box and see what I had in there, and I found this and I just thought, oh my god, why was I going to throw that away? I love that colour. It's one of the colours that's definitely come a lot more in season recently. It's a very dark kind of vampy red. But the thing I love about this is, I do love the colour, but also I love the formula. This lipstick, and I know why I threw it away now, because I had 2 of these, and it's a very kind of glossy, slick formula when you first put it on, so they're very hard to apply because it's hard to get it neat. But then once it kind of dries down on your lips, it goes into a kind of matte stain, and it's really nice. So if you're careful with the application, this one's a really great one. But I think that's why I almost got rid of this one, because they are tricky to apply, but it has become a recent favourite of mine, and I have to keep stopping myself from wearing it because I just wear it pretty much every day. So yeah, those are all of my favourites for 2012. I know that there was a lot. I just had a lot of favourites in 2012, and I'm hoping that that will continue into 2013. If you've made a video like this one, definitely feel free to put it as a video response below. I think they're really good videos to watch because they kind of sum up the year and also show you all of the best products. Let me know if any of the ones I mentioned are also in your favourites for 2012. I'll list all of the products I mentioned below, and also if they're discontinued or not, because I know I mentioned that about the eyeshadow and things. But yeah, let me know. And also, another thing, if you have any video requests, definitely put them in the comments below, because I'm going to have a lot more free time now because I haven't booked in any work for the next kind of week or so, or I haven't booked any work as of yet, so I have free time. So I am looking to do a lot more videos while I have this free time, because I really need to make the most of it, because I don't know when I'm going to be going back. So yes, if you have any requests, leave them below and I shall see you guys soon.